Hey, Warrior Saints, good morning. Welcome to our Crucifixional live stream. Father Chris here. Glad to have you beautiful people with us on this kind of sad day. I'm sure everybody knows, but the Queen of England, Elizabeth II, died yesterday. God rest her soul. May her memory be eternal. She was England's longest reigning monarch, I think ever. Like 70 years. Like, that's insane to me how long of a run that was. And the lady was elegant, she was dignified, she was classy, she was sharp as a tack. I mean, they're making TV shows about her called The Crown, and it's just like she's an exceptional person. And really, the entire world has mourned or is mourning the loss of Queen Elizabeth II. As we say, God rest her soul. All the things that you can talk about when thinking and speaking about the Queen. I mean, the laundry list is long, but one that I found to be most impressive was her duty, the responsibility that she filled, the duties that were assigned to her as the Queen of England. And you can imagine, think about how many banquets did she have to go to that she probably didn't want to go to? How much banquet chicken do you think she probably ate? I mean, the meetings that she had to have, the speeches that she needed to give, what they call it, prime minister, all of the political conversations with those who lead England. The duties, the responsibilities would be maddening. And she did it for 70 years. I mean, it's inspiring, really. So as I think about her and, again, all of the beautiful attributes of this person, the duty stands out just at the forefront of my mind. And as I think about warrior saints, myself, I have obligations, as do you, things that I don't want to do sometimes that are my duty, my responsibility for my job, my duty to you, our viewership, our watchers. And I think I don't always want to do stuff, but when I do the things that I'm supposed to do, where's my praise, right? Like, I want to get praised for it because, well, good for you, Father Chris, you did it. Well, Jesus has a different take on it. And in Luke chapter 17, he's talking to his disciples about their duties and their responsibilities. And he says the following. He's telling a story about, he's using the metaphor of a master who has a servant who's out working in the field. And again, you think about this, the context of that time frame when Christ lived and when he was teaching, there were masters and slaves, and most of the people in the Roman Empire were slaves. They weren't masters. There were very few. So they would all understand the image that he's giving. It may not be as clear for us today in 21st century North America, but either way, you're going to get the point. The guy's out working in the field. I'm going to read these verses to you. This is from Luke 17. And as he says to his apostles, his disciples, he's teaching them, he says the following. Will any one of you who has a servant plowing or keeping sheep say to him when he comes in from the field, come in at once and sit down at table, right? I mean, you're a servant. That's your job. That's your duty. He's going to come in and say, oh, honey, sit down, please. And will he not rather say to him, O servant, prepare supper for me and gird yourself and serve me till I have eaten and drunk, and afterward you shall eat and drink, right? Does he thank the servant because he did what was commanded? Right? These are the duties and the responsibilities of the servant. It may sound harsh, but that's his or her job. Take care of the sheep, plow the field, come in, feed the master. I mean, it's the master. He's the king of the household, the father of the family. He is taken care of first, and then you can eat and drink. Right? And Jesus uses this metaphor to give the disciples the message in verse 10 when he says, so you also, when you have done all that is commanded you, say, we are unworthy servants, we have only done what was our duty. The message there for you and I as warrior saints is that as we are seeking praise and wanting to be, rewarded with praise and laudations for doing our duties, we have to remind ourselves it's really our responsibility, and we don't deserve any special credit. We are called to be exceptional people. I mean, that's just it. And it's not when you reach that height and attain that height of being exceptional, it's not to say, ooh, look at me. It's to say, I did what I was supposed to do. Jesus told me to be great. Now go out there and get some. That's it. I mean, that's the long and short of it. And I know we like the praise and the adulations, and they're nice. And when we get them, we thank God for them. But remember, it is your duty, your responsibility. You have been called to be exceptional. And in the midst of the chaos that is out there, in the soupy waters that are the world we live in, it is our responsibility to overcome that chaos. We can arrive at a position and a place of peace, but also to be exceptional, excellent human beings. Not always easy. It's, in fact, quite the opposite. It's very easy to fall into mediocrity and to wallow in it. And, we use the image a lot about, 30-year-old boys that live in their mom's basements watching, porn, playing video games with no job and no woman and no future and no hope, right? I mean, like, it's easy to fall into that kind of stuff. To get out of that and to become that exceptional man or woman that you are supposed to be is often quite difficult. And sometimes it's confusing, and sometimes we don't even know which way to go. Thanks be to God. Through your love, prayers, and support, and a little bit of hard work and sweat on our part, we have created an academy to help teach you how to do that, which you can find at warriorsaints.org. It's an online school. I don't know how else to say it. Maybe there's a better way to say it, but that's how I said it. It is filled with teachings and growing as we write and teach more coursework for us to become that exceptional person, a warrior saint that God has called us to be. Join us. I mean, it's pretty simple. Visit warriorsaints.org. You can see the offerings we have. One of them is called The Way of the Warrior Saint. It's $9, dude. Time to be exceptional. It's $9. Get it. We love you. Have a great weekend. We'll be back for Orthros and Liturgy at 9 and 10 a.m. Respectively, Phoenix time on Sunday. And then, of course, Monday we'll be back to start the week again. Memory eternal once again to the Queen of England. May God keep and rest her soul. And for you, beautiful people, as always, keep walking in the way of the warrior saint.